complex, that's the first thing to grasp, and more than one thing is happening at once. Definitely we are more secular than we used to be. Indices of religious activity go downwards. Paradoxically, however, we hear more about religion in public debate than we used to. So that's an increase, if you like. So we have increasing presence of religion in public debate alongside continuing secularization. It's also important to remember that in this country we have the pattern that I've just described, but this is not the same elsewhere in the world. A senior commentator of religion in the modern world, Peter Berger, describes the world as furiously religious as ever. Think, for example, of the Middle East or the subcontinent or parts of the Pacific Rim or Latin America where Pentecostalism is growing fast, or even the United States where religion is a major force in political as well as social life. We are trying to address quite difficult issues about religion, about equity, about parity and who can do what and whose rights are more important than anybody else's. But because we are becoming more secular, we don't do this very well because we're losing the vocabulary, the narrative, the metaphor that we need to talk about faith. And this has become a big debate in Britain as the debate about religious literacy. How do we remedy this situation so that we talk well about religion? Because one of the things that really disturbs me in modern Britain is that the standard of debate is poor. It's ill-informed and it's ill-mannered. So what are we going to do? So let's think for a moment about the role of RE in this situation. I've already explained that in this country we are becoming more secular, which means that most children, most young people have very little contact with churches. So they're not going to learn about their faith or any other faith in that context. I've already tried to explain that it is important that they gain knowledge for reasons that we've explained. So how are they going to do this? Well, I'm very convinced that the RE classroom is the place where we begin. Children need to be enthused about the importance of the subject. It's not an extra that you do on Friday afternoons or something that is dropped on the timetable when there isn't time. This is central to the education of a child. A child that has little knowledge of RE is a badly educated child. And schools have a huge role to play in this respect. And good RE teachers are to be cherished by society and by senior management in the schools, to inform and to enthuse children about the significance of the subject, and to bring to their attention that all societies, all known human societies, have a religious element in them, and we need to know more about this. And the purpose, of course, is that children learn discernment. They learn to understand more about religion and why it's so important in the lives of individuals and communities, that it's a very powerful thing, and for the most part it's healthy and good and a natural part of human living. But there are times when it becomes distorted and very unpleasant. It's not always a good thing in that sense. But what children need to learn is how to tell one from the other, so that they're not misled by media account to think that it is all good or all bad. It's mixed, and they need knowledge and experience and older people who know more than they do to instruct them and to encourage them and to make this a real part of their formative learning in their school years.